All right, and we're live. Woo! All right, and we're in the
You.
first session in October, but this is already the fourth for Wraith. Yay! Magnificent Wang, which is our campaign for uh, you know, three more. There's three more episodes, but we're not gonna do that countdown for now. For now, it's just the fourth episode. But yes, thank you for tuning in to the lovely stream. And if you guys haven't caught on the previous episodes, we're uploading it over at YouTube, and we're putting it as well as a VOD on Twitch. So yeah, we'll be getting on to the recaps real quick, but I hope you didn't miss us too much. It's only been 1 week. We had a little bit of a pause as our lovely GM and of course our other ghost player, they had to fly. They had to go to different realms for a bit and come back. Uh,
Yeah, real life demanded we travel.
Yes, go to the other realms and whatnot. But yes, we have returned, and now with our fourth episode, um, I will give now the floor to our lovely storyteller, Toby, who will give us the rundown. It has been 2 weeks, but just to give us a little refresher on what exactly happened in the last sesh.
Hello, hello. So, Toby here. I apologize in advance if sometimes I sound weird. I bit my tongue the previous day, so sometimes I have to adjust how I talk. Um, so, anyway, as of last session, Ali Camay, played by Mars, and A Stan, played by John, um, both have realized they have passed. And with their passing came unexpected realizations. There was the realization that the dog, which Ali thought to be Bruno, Sir Wang's huge dog, turned out to be something else that only ghosts could see. Worse, they realized rain in the lands of the living was dangerous to wraiths, as every raindrop was capable of tearing into their very forms. With both taking shelter in a nearby building, each found themselves guided in some ways by something that sort of lingered in the shadows. For Ali, it was the black dog, while for Ace, it was a shocking representation of his father, who still in many ways judged him for his failures. Ali found herself able to travel and appeared in the old home of her tutor, and there tried to reconnect with Meming, an old friend whom she had lost track of in for quite some time. After various attempts to reach out to her, the Ali started to realize that she could speak to this darker reflection of herself whenever she looked at the mirror. And this darker reflection, a shadow of herself, admitted that it wanted her to find rest, to move on. But Ali was determined to still try to reach out to her friend, and in that attempt, she slipped into something unexpected. Ace, on the other hand, revisited his home and, to his shock, discovered that Aling Inday, the house helper, is able to see him. And during these moments of conversing with Aling Inday, a phone call came that alerted the family to what seems to be Ace's demise. A phone call which informed Aling Inday of the fact that the man in front of her might be a ghost, and through her prayers and salt blessings, was able to repel the ghost away. And that's where we ended last session.
Dun dun dun. Oh my god. Oh my
Sounds
god.
good?
And like Inday is such a mood, but yes. Appropriate reaction when
I have
they.
been cast away.
Yes, you're no
Sorry,
longer
John, you're
welcome.
saying?
Uh, cast away by salt.
Yes.
Hmm.
And now we proceed with episode 4 of 6 of Magnificent Siwang. This is a cozy Wraith the Oblivion game, which deals less with the guild and the hierarchy and all the darker social aspects of Wraith and focuses more on the human side of the story. But that's not to say this is not a World of Darkness game. And so we open with Ali,
Mm-hmm.
your eyes open. And your eyes open to the shocked and delighted expressions of the various teachers from the magnificent school. They are all looking at you with shock and surprise. They're all looking at you as if worried that any sound they make might break what is happening this very moment. And it's only when suddenly they are pushed aside and Dandan comes into view that you realize they are all staring at you. Dandan shoves everyone aside and looks at you. Oh my god, you're awake! And everyone's cheering. Someone call the doctor! Oh my god, she's back! And others are staring at each other. Some are on their phones furiously messaging. Dandan reaches for your hands, and to your shock and surprise, you feel her hands hold yours. Oh my god, you're back! You're back! You're out of the coma! Do you remember who I am?
I was in a coma?
Your mind races back. You remember the rain tearing through your skin. You remember the car accident. You remember being the car. You remember the black dog. You remember the reflection staring back. Then you see Dandan looking at you. You feel her hand grab your hand. Oh my god, Ali, we thought you wouldn't wake up.
What? Si boss.
You remember my name, right?
Hey boss, I'm ignoring Dan and at the as I realized I'm not the only one in the car. I go, si boss, si Sir
Sitting
Ace.
up, you feel the immense pain on your back and you realize it is so painful you can barely sit up. Dan, of course, no, don't. She helps you lay back down. The doorway, you see a doctor rush in, and as the doctor sees you awake, everyone, please step outside. I'll have to speak. I'll have to speak with Miss Kamay alone. Dan, of course, stares at him, and as the doctor looks at her, she tells him, I'm family. The doctor looks at you to confirm if Dan is family.
I've being the person who's still out of it looks at Dan and says, si Sir, san yung, where's my mom? Si mom, si mommy, si daddy.
They should be on their way, and you hear the doctor, Miss, please, I'll have to talk to the patient. And she looks at you. I'll just be outside, huh? But your parents should be on their way. And she
I
hurries to the
try
door.
to grab back as her Dan rushes. I grab her and go, si Sir Ace, hanapin mo siya. Kasama kami nung...
Syempre may private suite siya. Mayaman sila eh. And she hurries out the door.
Like, oh, there's relief. Like,
The doctor,
he's alive. I think. I don't know. Questions. Looks at the doctor.
the doctor sits in front of you. He pulls a chair, places it close to the bed, and sits down so you're eye level. And he slowly explains to you everything that has happened so far. It has been 2 months. You have been comatose. And you have had brief moments of lucidity where you would mutter strange things in your sleep. Um, your back is mostly recovered. They had to brace it because there was a hairline fracture on your spine. They were worried how bad it would get.
Oh my god. I'm still like just process. Hindi po ako patay.
The doctor looks at you. No, you're very lucky. Actually, you're luckier than Mr. Tan. Mr. Tan has not awakened from his coma, and we are still actually monitoring his vitals. They're strong, but he has been non-responsive in the last few months.
I go. It's so weird because like, okay, reality, was that all a dream? No, we were together. We were having conversations. There was a dog. There was a I go. Sa nandito siya ngayon sa hospital or some other hospital.
He's on the 7th floor. There's a private suite which his family, they own that part of the wing. So he's currently there and he's getting the best treatment possible.
I'm just
I
like,
know you're confused. I know this is all a lot to take in, but you need to relax. We'll be removing the metal restraints on your back in a few days, and by next week you should be able to walk. We might have a little bit of rehabilitation in order for you to properly get back on stride, given you've been bedridden and unconscious for 2 months. I'm actually more surprised you're able to talk quite easily.
I I I'm just like so confused with it all, and I'm si Sir Wang.
As you mention his name, as if on cue, the door opens and you see Sir Wang peering from the outside.
Sir, I'm
You
teary.
feel this.
Like teary-eyed, like, oh god,
Yes,
he's
go,
still
go.
alive. Like, there's this emotions, like the parchness of my like throat and mouth, like, because I haven't drank anything. But seeing him, it's like the tears after not crying for so long. I feel the pain of it, but there's relief. Like, he's still alive. I can still fulfill my obligations to him. And it sounds like, Sir, what? What?
And exactly what emotion do you feel right now?
Relief, joy that he's still alive. Because I thought he'd be 2 months with cancer. He could have been dead, but he's alive, so there's joy.
Please roll 2 dice.
Okay, okay. First roll. Let's go with my. Okay, my setup's wonky.
I affect your roll.
No, don't. Fuck off. 2 dice.
Yes.
8. I have an 8.
You feel your chest welling with emotion, your eyes are filled with tears. Sir Wang looks at you, and then you freeze as you realize that expression is an expression of disappointment. And it suddenly rushes in your mind. If he was saying it aloud, it's probably, "You hurt my favorite nephew."
I am confused with that as like there's a
nephew, grandson. Sorry.
yeah.
Nephew. Okay.
I am confused with that look as
Grandson.
Grandson. Sorry, correction. You hurt my favorite grandson. You could feel that expression in his face.
how did I there's that confusion, and I'm like, I immediately look down, and the joy that I felt is immediately that of like guilt. You know, that kind of when the elders inflict that kind of guilt on you. Even if you didn't.
Flashes of memory. You're holding the steering wheel. You were driving that night? No, you were the car. You weren't driving. No, you were driving. Because how can you be the car? That doesn't make sense.
No, it does not. None of it would make sense if I was driving, because I don't drive. I ride the public transport. I try to recall the conversation of, he insisted that we drive. We don't use the driver. No.
High-pitched feedback sound, migraine hitting your head. You bury back into the bed and try to shunt it out. But you keep seeing Sir Wang's face, his disappointment, and you feel the guilt overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, I do feel
Meanwhile,
it. Mr. Krabs, I do feel it.
Meanwhile, Ace. You're staring at the salt line. You're hearing the rumble in the sky. It might be good to get away from here right now.
Not again. Okay. So I know the neighborhood, and if there's rain coming, I'm gonna have to hide somewhere for a while.
It's your neighborhood, so I'm sure you know of nearby places. It's really more a
Yeah.
question of what sort of nearby place do you aim for.
Mm,
Do you go for like one of the sheds to wait for the bus? Do you go for someone else's house? Do you do you
oh, right. Because of the
yes.
house thing, like I might not be able to get inside.
Yes. The
Ah,
peril.
okay.
Well, you have been taught that if you will it and willingly lose part of your essence, you can remain intangible for a longer duration.
True, but right now I'm not feeling too great because things have been hitting me. I'm sure I know somewhere. Oh, let's assume subdivision siya.
Yes.
The clubhouse.
Okay. You hurry
Clubhouse
to the
is
clubhouse.
open. Oh,
Um, the joy of the clubhouse is one, it never closes, and two, automatic doors.
yes. There's a lot of
um,
open things. I can just hop over the fence, go
the
whatever.
the
There's a
the
lot.
swimming pool area, the
Yeah.
tennis court area, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um, to represent you rushing to the clubhouse before the rain falls, let's make that a um let's make it a wit streetwise roll as you try to, stay focused and not lose your way as you hurry to find the clubhouse.
Okay. Um. Oh, hold on. Give me a sec.
Your
So
wits
with.
is 3, and you
Mm-hmm.
have no streetwise.
So just a base three. Wait. Is my thing loading? Okay, there you go. One, two, three. Give me. Oh. Okay. 9, 10.
You easily find your way to the clubhouse. You cut through the shortcut between the houses. You duck under the low-hanging bougainvilleas that you're worried it might scratch through your corpus.
Mm.
You duck past the house with the 3 large Dobermans that, are staring at you puzzled as you hurry past them. And as
Mm.
you reach the winding road leading to the larger parking space in the clubhouse, you weave between the cars that don't slow down because they don't see you as they
Mm.
make their way through the road. And as you get
Mm.
into the front parking area, the rotunda area with the entrance, the open door entrance, you see the guy in the barong welcoming the other guests. Mr. Santos, welcome back, and all this and that. You hear the rain pour down the moment you are safely under the roof of the clubhouse.
Mm.
There are people, families who are headed to the restaurant and the clubhouse to enjoy a meal, to celebrate something. Fathers with their barcadas who are probably they were planning to go golf or tennis, but now with the rain, they're probably just going to drink in the veranda. Um,
Mm.
then you see some of the mothers who are part of some council to prepare this upcoming event or pageant or something like that. The part of the area you're in has the large map of the whole clubhouse, has the double staircase leading to the second and third floor, the
Mm.
false chandelier. It's stylish, it looks expensive, but it's really just plastic and acrylic to give the place a feel of poshness. And the indoor garden, which has built-in rivulets for rivers to form when it rains. That stylish little thing. It's all a bit trying to look posh, but not quite.
Um. I guess okay. So at this point, it's just like I have to wait for the rain to stop.
Yes.
I guess I just wander the I wander the place. People can't see me, people can't hear me. I'm like, Ace never got to know who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much. So he's like, you know what? He's just gonna listen in conversations, wander around.
You hear the people, a lot of small talk, which feels um, foolish now that you know that there is something after death. You could hear the mother who's arguing right now with the husband. You should have told me, but the shoes don't match my dress. Now it's very embarrassing. How can I step out? Honey, no one cares. You're still beautiful. I thought beautiful me. And, those type of arguments. In one side, you see a young girl who's staring at you, and, the parents are calling her to follow, but she's looking at you because she sees you and she's finding you weird. And
Oh,
just as you're considering whether you should reach out to her or not, you suddenly also realize the responsibility of making a child realize there is something beyond death.
I'll remember who she is, but I'm not equipped right now to deal with it.
It's good you're telling that to yourself, Ace. And as you turn to the voice, you see your father again, standing beside you.
Not you again.
Love that energy.
Oh,
You don't have to feel so vulnerable. When you have everything in your capacity to strengthen yourself.
mm-hmm.
Your
So what you?
corpus, your body,
Yes.
that is all just a memory of what you used to be.
Okay.
Why not strengthen it so you aren't so fragile?
Okay. So what's the catch?
She stares at you. If I were your real father, perhaps there would be a catch. But I am not your father. I am just someone who knows you could be far better.
Mm, sure.
Remember the
Very well.
emotions,
Sure.
the emotions you drained from others, that pathos
Mm,
within you. You can channel it, you can fuel it to make yourself more whole.
okay. Okay. So what more whole? Whole in what sense?
He points at the holes and the tearing in your form right now.
Ah. Hmm. Okay. I try what try try to get my head around what he's saying. So yeah, I do know that energy that I've been
Hmm.
basically siphoning off. I haven't used it yet, so
Yes.
let's give it a try.
As you close your eyes, he continues to guide you. He asks you to recall a memory when you remembered yourself to be strong. Would you like to share that memory?
Oof.
It could be something as simple as, a time when you felt confident. It could be a time when you physically felt strong.
Um, let's go with winning a debate.
Uy.
The memory of the debate enters your mind, the crowd, the cheering for both sides, and as
Hmm.
your opponent makes that moment you were waiting for, that wrong statement you've led him to the point he will say it, and now he's saying it. You raise the point you prepared to counteract it, and you feel the surge of the audience, you know, cheering as they recognize your victory. You spend one
Mm.
pathos, the emotion that you've consumed, and you are able to recover 2 points of corpus. So increase your corpus from 4 to 6 and spend one
Ah,
pathos.
okay.
You see the holes in your corpus knitting, wrapping up and closing, the torn pieces locking into place. And the shadow of your father looks at you and smiles. See? Emotions are currency. You should use them to strengthen yourself. If you're going to choose to ignore moving on, then you should at least do it right.
He grunts. Mm. Eh. In his head, he's like filtering out which of the things you're saying is utter BS and which is gonna get me into trouble. So,
Are you sure you've repaired yourself enough? And as you look at your body, you could see more parts that are torn and stuff. This represents the fact you still have 4 points of corpus missing.
yeah, I guess we can try one more.
You tap into another memory. You can paraphrase the memory if you want.
Ah, siguro ano yan. Looking at. Do I have my relic with me?
Yeah,
Sword?
sure. Yeah. You feel the sword in your hand, and as you look down, you hold it up.
Yeah, I remember like yung isang competition and then pride, you know, something like that. Yes. So
The,
I'll channel through that.
the winning smack, and you feel the corpus wrapping around you as you spend another pathos.
Mm.
A curious thought enters your mind as you see yourself knitting stronger, more whole.
Mm.
Does this mean your clothes are now part of you?
Huh. Can I
They're not
change
they're not
my
separate
clothes?
from you?
I
You
was
try
in
taking your shirt off?
Uh?
well, I tried it with my glasses, right? Just like so okay, yung suot ko is yung what I'm wearing is basically what
What
we
you wore
had
when you
on
died?
the
Yes.
which was a
That was
button
seeing
down
Sir
shirt,
Wang.
I
So yeah.
guess. Button down shirt, a light jacket,
Hmm.
Uniqlo jacket.
Not sponsored.
Slack, not sponsored, yes. Some slacks and comfy leather shoes, I guess, or something.
You reach back, you pull the jacket off, and as you release it, it's gone. But when you look down, you're still wearing it.
Uh, okay. So I guess that's it. I can't. Can I try to imagine myself in a different?
You can, but nothing changes. And your shadow father smirks as he sees what you're doing. There are ways if you really want to change the way you look.
I think I'm good for now.
Residual self image is hard to change. It is part of what has allowed you to stay living despite your death.
Right.
But there are those who have learned to manipulate the corpus, those who have learned to use the plasm in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you wish, I can introduce you to such masters. But that would mean having to trust me more.
Sus.
Man, this is so annoying. It's like dealing with like a.
The devil. The
It's like
de-
from the start, he's like he feels like, oh, you're greasy.
Mhm.
So
Are you
learning
dead?
from people who aren't you. What?
You look behind you and you see the young girl looking at you. She's back, the one who saw you earlier.
How old is she?
7, 8.
Oh shoot, just old enough to start getting things. Okay.
She stares at you and mutters, "You look more real now. Earlier, the sun was shining through you."
How did that look?
A bit spooky.
Oh, sorry.
Her hand
I'm,
reaches out to touch you.
wait,
You
no,
pull
no,
back.
no. It's like I pull back. Like nope. That will make more. That will make more spooky things. Don't do that.
She looks at you. "So, are you a ghost?"
Um. Hmm. Why do you want to know?
Her eyes narrow. "If you're a ghost, can you look for my dog?"
Uh. When did it die?
"Last month. Mommy says Mommy says he just ran out and got lost, but I think he's dead.
Oh my.
He would have
Um.
come back if he was alive."
What does he look like?
You see her reaching for her bag. She's digging for something. A couple walks by, and honey, look at the girl. She's making believe she's talking to someone. And the two laugh and they walk on.
Good lord. Oh my gosh.
The girl pulls out her small. She has this heart-shaped photo album the puffy plastic, which when you squeeze, there's little plastic things that swirl inside the water cover.
Mm-mm.
And as she opens it, you see there it's a pit bull, a very cute pit bull.
Hmm. It's a cute dog.
He was young.
What's his name?
Max.
Well, I can't promise you anything, but if I do see Max, I'll try to let him know that you're looking for him.
The girl smiles, and then in the distance, "Julia, upcoming, mom. You have to stop running off and just, pretending you're talking to your friends." "I'm not pretending, mom."
And I'm like,
She looks at you and gives you this wink. It's like this isn't the first time she's spoken to a ghost.
Sus.
Dangerous things of the quick like her. You hear your father again.
things of the. What are you talking about?
The living, they're always dangerous. They remind us of what we've lost and we can never have again.
Right. Of course. Anyway.
You're not alone.
No. I'm stuck with you.
I do
Apparently.
not mean me.
I try to sense around me.
You're starting to get the hang of it. Whenever you want to try to quote unquote spot something supernatural, instead of your heightened senses, you open up your depth sight. It's a perception awareness roll, and the difficulty is 5. The problem with using death sight is it allows you to see the touch of death on everything.
Ugh.
So it's almost like when you glance around the living people, you could see the touch of death that's still part of their living lives. But then anything that's not living, they stand out.
Okay.
It's like a Photoshop filter on your eyes.
Oh, okay. that's a thing. Okay.
So perception awareness.
That's 4.
Yeah.
Difficulty
Difficulties
5.
5. Yes, it's that easy to do.
I have a 9, 10, and 8. So
True enough, you have this layer of gray on everyone. On one of the women, you could see the layer of gray is lighter. On one of the men, you see dark patches on his chest, on his stomach. On the young girl you spoke with, you see a lingering, almost aura of gray on her. And then you see someone in full color at the end of the corridor staring straight back at you. It's the black
cool.
cloak, which now, since you're seeing the figure during the daytime and not the evening of the accident, you realize it's not a death cloak and
Hmm.
robe. It's a hoodie,
Oh.
black jeans, boots. You find yourself thinking this person stuck in the 90s or the late 80s because that's a dog chain on one belt, and that's a lot of layers of socks peering out from one leg.
I'm assuming Julia's headed off with her parents by now.
Yep.
Um.
The figure starts to walk towards you.
Okay. I look at it, whatever it is.
Shorter than you. Um, Wait, sorry. How tall is your character?
Ace is probably like 5'10".
Okay, my mistake. Taller than you.
Uh,
His form's a bit
okay.
more um slender than thin. The muscle structure is evident from the clothes, but it's more like a swimmer's slenderness rather than a
Mhm.
muscular form. Underneath the hoodie, darkened skin that's been powdered with some white to almost give it like a skull like face. And as the figure looks at you from beneath the hood, the figure mutters, "Please don't run."
You look much less disconcerting in the daylight.
It helps to dress in the way that others expect. It makes it easier.
Hmm.
I tried to reach out to you the night before, but then it rained.
Hmm. Just like now, I guess. How did you get through the rain?
We all find our means. In my case, I'm good with fetters.
Fetters.
The things that bind us, that keep us living. And then you see him suddenly turn to his left. No, I'm not listening to you.
Pardon me.
Sorry, you've probably met yours. Does it appear as someone you know?
Oh, um, these. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Stop laughing! Um, Sorry. It just, I saw you both die. I was there when it happened.
Huh?
And I wanted to help. I tried to pull the call away. But then the dog arrived.
The dog. How can you see the dog? I
Some
wait.
have
I could. I can't. I can't see your. I don't know who you're talking. Your. What do we call these things?
shadows. It's a bit on the nose, but that's what they are.
Hmm.
They
Okay.
represent the parts of us that wish that we stayed dead. My name's Haroon. I'm a monitor, as they call the guild. Well, what was left of the guild.
The guild. Okay.
I'm sure you
Uh,
have a lot of questions, and I'd be willing to help you just as someone helped me when my time came.
Hmm.
But I understand if you don't trust me.
Uh, you know what? Let's find a seat. Um, I know a place upstairs. I think not a lot of people are gonna bother us there, so to speak.
He nods. He reaches and pulls back his hoodie. You see the face paint actually leaves with the hoodie, and you're staring. Parang, how did that happen?
Hmm. That's convenient.
It's all plasma in the hands of a molliator. I I have a lot to tell you because if there's anything I discovered and found hard to accept when I died, is that this is a whole new world we've never heard of. None of the religions got it right.
Yeah, I suppose. Wait a minute. And then I'm like, in the back of my head, wait, okay, I need to resist correcting things. I'll listen to you. Let's sit down and talk.
And as the two of you head off, we jump back to Ali.
So,
Ali,
I'm unmuting. Yes, I am here.
a week has passed. You are on your side as you feel every cold bar slowly unscrewed out of the wound, the bandage pressed down to stop the bleeding, the clank of the metal bars onto the dish as they remove all 17 of them. And the doctor tells you, same time by tomorrow, you should be able to sit up and try walking.
I don't say anything other than like a small smile, like "Thank you for your service. Thank you." I'm too distracted looking at the phone where I'm assuming I can move my hands, right? I can fingers
Yes,
there.
yes, you can. You just can't stand up. Well, actually, you could, but it was painful.
Uh,
Now, when you try moving, you realize, oh my God, you can move.
okay. I actually sent a text to Sir Wang now. I'm like apologetic. I'm sorry po. I'm sorry po. And I'm checking
You
if
know
he.
how in messages you could see a small icon to show if the person has read it?
Yuck.
He has not.
Oh yes, that
And your last
worse.
message, and kumbaga, your last few messages for the last few days, none of them have been read.
Oh no, I'm heartbroken because like I know I didn't do anything wrong. I just literally did what was asked, which ride a car, but I feel like it's still my fault. So I told like the Texas was like sana na lang nag-bus ako. Di na lang ako sumakay. Okay, sorry talaga na.
Well, that's what you get for disappointing him. You turn to the doctor. So you should be ready by tomorrow.
Which voice is that? Is it the doctor's?
The doctor looks at you. Sorry?
There's like teary eyes on her, like sinabi sa'yo si Sir what?
Um, I'll let you get some rest. But you don't have to worry about the bills. The school has covered all the expenses.
May sinabi si Sir Wang sa'yo? Si
The
Salatan?
doctor looks at you a bit confused. I'm sorry. I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Uh, uh, Tensya na po. I'm pouring out the pain and sorrow of my sorry for that. Tensya na po. Sorry. As if
And
I'm,
probably if I knew, I'd be also disappointed by you.
the doctor said that?
You look at the doctor. You see the doctor writing notes.
Is his voice? Is it his voice?
You're not sure. Door opens, Dan arrives. I'm back! And look what I got! She brings up takeout.
What kind of takeout?
It's the one you wanted. What would it be?
Hindi, ano.
You tell me.
Classic savory chicken. Yung ano na box pack.
Puts down the chicken on the table. "Doc, would you like to eat?" And the doctor's like, "No, no, I'm sorry. I'm I'm actually avoiding protein. I stick to non-meat." And Dan looks at her. I looked at him. "Well, you're lost, Doc."
Oh,
And Dan looks at you. "I guess it's more for us, even if you disappointed Sir Wang."
not you too. I start crying in front of her, like.
Dan staring at you. Oh, what happened? What happened? She goes to you and hugs you.
It's like
"Ali,
disappointed,
is this
sir.
tears of joy? Are you so happy I brought you chicken?"
No, it was like I disappointed Sir Wang.
She hugs you and she's comforting you. "No, I'm sure he's happy. I'm sure he's happy that you survived. I mean, what's the worst that could have happened? He died and you failed to do anything about it?"
I start wailing louder. like, like I just lose it like in front of them. Like, but I'm like I do
Can
that.
you please roll 2 dice again?
Okay, alright. Can I just say that, she's crying, but she's like, alam mo yung lumalabas lahat, pero like, she's holding it back. Like,
Mhm,
pero
mhm,
lumalabas.
mhm.
Clear. Oh my god, this poor child. 10. And no 6. Yawa. Wala. She loses her mind.
We jump forward. It's been a week. You're on your feet. Miraculously, there was no need for rehab. There's still some itching every now and then, so you try to make sure you refresh the bandages as often as you can. And you're standing outside the door right now. Um, you look through the window and you could see Ace still strapped to the bed with all the machines and stuff.
I'm like, I'm like, I look at him and say, sana ako na lang. Ako na lang yung nakoma, hindi ako nagising. And like, there's no energy in me. I'm not as cheery as I once was or reserved. I'm just more teary-eyed now and looking at him and like, but he's like, it's not a dream, right? What we went through, what we saw, the rain, dog, the weird.
Could have been you. You turn to the voice and you see Ace's father.
Hey, sir. I look down at like, and I go, Opo, dapat, it should have been me. Dapat ako yun.
Ramon Tan walks into the room and tells you, "It could have been you, but my son was able to. He probably turned the wheel at the last second so that you would be safer."
Mabait yung anak niyo.
Sobrang bait.
That face. Sorry. Somewhere in the shadow realm, someone's talking shit.
Clearly, your dreams have a different interpretation of reality.
Sobrang bait.
And I'm like, sir, salamat na yung gastos sa ospital. Mabigat yun masyado sa pamilya ko. And,
It's just money. Sana namatay ka na lang.
I'm like, so, oh?
He slowly turns to look at you. And as he slowly turns to look at you, everything seems to get darker. The walls of the hospital seem to stretch higher. The corridor seems to become more endless. Sana namatay ka na lang.
I try to, like, in that moment, like, the guilt is so strong. And I go, and anong pwede ko gawin para maayos lahat?
You hear barking in the distance.
I look where the dog.
You see a black dog at the end of the endless corridor barking at you repeatedly.
I go
The
after
father stares at you. Sana namatay ka na lang!
I'm freaked out. I run towards the dog.
And as you break for a run, um, let's hope this will be in your favor. Please roll. Um. Oh, wait. Why do you have less willpower than temporary?
I I don't know.
Did you spend willpower
I think
last
so.
time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, then I think you reversed it. I think it's temporary 3, permanent 5. Not the other way around.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll adjust it there. Roll 5 dice.
Um. Okay. Manifest dice. I've been rolling really low. I wonder why I'm rolling low. Stairs. And I have somebody who is negative luck with dice. Ugh. It's World of Darkness. I've been rolling low.
Yeah.
8 and 10.
Boo.
All right. You run, you're rushing after the dog. The floor seems like molasses. Each step is now suddenly your feet are sinking all the way to your knee. It's like wading through mud as you try to rush for the dog. The dog keeps barking, and the windows at the side of the corridor, as they start to stretch and bend, you start to see Dandan, you see Sir Wang, you see Sir Ramon, and they're all saying the same things. You should have died. Sana ikaw na lang. Dapat di ka na bumalik. Hamak talaga. And as they're all saying these things, your hand reaches for the dog. The dog's barking at you, and you grab hold of the dog's collar. It tugs. It pulls. It's that weird, sticky sap feeling again. And as you cut through this membrane that seems to be holding you back, you feel the sudden rush of cold air and emotion. You are recovering from your earlier rolls 2 pathos, so you gain 2 points of pathos.
I click it. Where's pathos?
Lose 2 willpower.
The temporary?
Temporary, yes, temporary. And you slam down on the ground because you were emerging from the surface of a table. So you were standing up through the table, and then you suddenly hit the ground of this room. As you look around and realize you're at the library.
Confused. Is it night hospital?
As you look down at yourself, you see the corpus, the tendrils of ephemera and plasm that make your body. As you look, you see the black dog looking at you. Seems happy that you got through.
I'm seeing it float, right?
But you realize, oh no, you're really dead.
Seeing it float, like the instinct of it like floating away. I'm trying to stick it back to myself, like that kind of panic state, like come back. I'm not broken.
That's fine. Spend 1 pathos, regain 2 corpus.
Ooh. 1 pathos.
You feel the fear fueling your tension. You see your body getting more recovered. But then the dog seems to bark at you, and as it leaps past you, you turn to see a student who is staring at your direction right now. The student has their bag in one hand, has a laptop on the other hand, and is staring at you because you realize your commotion seems to have been causing one of the chairs to shake. In the reflection of yourself in the student's eyeglasses, you see your reflection. Stop! If you use up too much of the energy again, you'll slip into another harrowing.
Anong kailangan ko gawin para maayos to?
Remember how much they remember you. Remember how important you were to them. Think of everyone you helped. And remember,
I try to remember the note that was written in the tutor house, the name of that student in that class, and each of the students. Like, it's basically like it starts with one kid that was in that class, and then I
and
start to
then
remember every student in that
nice.
class, and then I remember another subject that I'm handling. But the first, then it would go to my homeroom, the section I'm handling, in sophomore year.
Nice.
It's just like
Please roll 4 dice.
roll or die. Da-da-da-da.
Dun, ta-da-da. Nice.
Yay!
Regain 3 pathos.
It's comfort food.
You feel their feelings, their memory of you swirl around you. It's like a strong coat. It's like a warm blanket. And as you feel it fill you, the girl you're staring at mutters, "Huh, I guess mahangin lang." And she walks away from you, um, then ignoring now the chair that earlier rattled in front of her.
I kind of look around in the library and try to look outside, trying to establish the time of day.
It's well, the sun's out, but has it been 2 weeks? You recall being in the hospital for 2 weeks. You recall struggling to ignore the pain. Was that a dream?
I, is there a way to establish if it was real or not? Or I tried to actually, in that
Well,
moment, thinking those answers. There's probably like a door or something with glass. Parang yung pintuan na may glass. I try to look for a reflection.
yes. You see your reflection and you see yourself looking at you. It's so easy to destroy you if I wanted to, but you're me. It's pointless to destroy you unless you want it.
Galit po si Sir Wang sa akin.
Well, deep down you feel you disappointed him.
Is there a way?
That's what I'm here for. I store every insecurity and fear you feel.
I mean, no one else knows it better than I do. um,
You see yourself smile, which is why you came to me for answers, but you know the answer already. If you want to know if it's real, then we have to visit the hospital.
is it safe to go?
And we have to visit Sir Wang.
Or is it safe? I mean, I got hurt in the rain. Anything I touch, it brings me to that dark place. Is it safe?
I'm gonna hate saying this, but I guess if you want to be sure you can handle it, you better spend time with something that means something to you.
What does that mean? Well, is it?
She touches her chest. You know what it means. It's all the stupid things you should just let go of. But you won't, because they're important to you.
They're all I have. Patay na nga ako.
If you say so.
Patay na ako. Yung mga estudyante ko, si Sir Wang,
Well,
nag-promise.
that's something. Maybe you should check on them.
My mind is lingering on. But then there's this thing. Ba't napunta ako sa tutor house? Ba't doon? Bayan ko yun dati.
She just stares at you as if you know the answer.
Kasi I spent most of my time there. Nung high school. Is that why? Multo na ako, diba? So, nabalikan ko yung mga lugar na gusto ko. Na sentimental.
Your shadow smiles, but offers no new information.
I try to think really hard on the last conversations, not in the harrowing or the hospital or whichever. The last conversation before the accident in Sir Wang. The promise.
It was joyful. It was promising. It was heavy. But it was about helping him prepare for the last day.
I want to go to him. I try to manifest it.
And as you think about that, we jump back to Ace. Ace, it's been 2 days. And in the 2 days you've been spending time with Haroon, he has helped you grasp more your Wraith nature. When it comes to your different sites, your life site allows you to study the living. So if you're talking to someone you care about, you want to see if they're sick, you want to sense what emotions they're going through, life site allows you to do so. Death sight allows you to see better things that are not of the living, other wraiths, for example. But it also allows you the glimpse to the destruction and corruption that's happening upon the living. The man you saw 2 days ago with the black marks on his chest, he probably has cancer. The child who has the blackish aura seems to be touched by death. That's why she can see the ghosts. Heightened senses allows you to heighten your senses because you're a ghost. It allows you to read from a distance. It allows you to listen and eavesdrop from far ranges. It allows you to even read with your fingers by refeeling the raised ink from the paper. But if you're not careful and you leave it on, you can get overwhelmed. Then there's the metaphysics of death. As Haroon placed it, a surface is safe until you try to go through it or it tries to go through you. We can walk on floors. We can clamber up tables. We can hop onto a window. But if we try to leap through the wall, we tear through our corpus. If we try to shove the table, we tear through our corpus. Some think it's a self-preservation state of mind. We know we're ghosts, but we refuse to pass through the very planet that's constantly moving. Others say it's just the way things are. Which brings me to the thing you should know. Falling hurts. And it can hurt so bad that it can throw you into a harrowing instantly.
Okay.
He describes harrowings as nightmares. Nightmares because you've lost so much of yourself, you slip into the shadow version of you. You sink into every regret, every insecurity, and every self hate that exists within you. And if you don't climb yourself out of there, you can destroy yourself there. A harrowing happens when you run out of juice, pathos, or if you run out of a sense of self, corpus. Or worse, if you mentally drain yourself too much, willpower.
Okay.
Within also the 2 days, he showed you something you never thought possible. So you want to wrestle?
Why?
He grabs hold of you, and the next thing you know, the two of you are pushing and shoving. He tosses you to your side. You grab hold of him, and you realize, so we're pretty much normal to each other. And he nods.
That's
So,
interesting.
among the dead, we're like the living. So bear in mind, against the quick, a gun is as dangerous as rain, which means it will always tear through you, but it will never harm you more than a single moment. But among the dead, a ghost gun is as deadly as a real gun.
Okay.
And you'd be surprised. He motions to the weapon in your hand. That's a ghost sword. There are ghost cars, ghost trains, ghost animals.
That's a lot of ghosts. Well, it's a ghost universe, I guess.
There used to be more. At least the one who took away my call, the mask when we're born unto death, used to tell me a hierarchy existed, a sort of government among the dead.
Yeah, even the dead have a government.
I guess when you're stuck here and there's no heaven or hell to go to, you start thinking someone has to be in charge.
Huh.
Some say there's a great city in this place beyond the Shadowlands, as we call this place. A city of the dead known as Stygia.
Okay.
Some think Stygia is just a different name for hell or heaven, or purgatory for all we know.
Okay.
All I know is now the place is mostly empty. I haven't actually seen a ghost in almost a year now.
In here or like what do you mean by you haven't seen a ghost in a year? You're seeing me.
Well, that's why I had to approach you both. Many of the others who I've seen die, they're gone like that. They don't stay.
Ah, I okay, I see.
You see him every now and then speak again to his side. You've learned to realize that he calls it the jester, a voice that taunts him, that makes fun of his actions, that questions every decision he makes.
Hmm. His shadow.
And yours looks like your dad, you said.
Yep.
By the second day, you've learned more about your powers.
Okay.
You've learned that you have this ability to shape a mental space around you to tap into memories. And at one point, you actually were able to pass a memory you had to him, and he saw it in his own mind.
Hmm.
You've also learned that you have what is called embody. With effort, you could whisper, and in the real world, they hear you, even if they're not sensitive.
Ooh.
At one point, you tried to manifest and make yourself visible. The person saw a ghostly mist and ran off.
Hmm.
But most importantly, shut up! As you turned to Haroon at the voice that you could not see, your eyes narrowed and you saw it. You saw his shadow. Your ability of castigate at level 1 allows you to see the shadows of others. And you've learned you can affect them to some degree.
Okay.
So, why are we in this library? Is this place important to you?
Yeah. When I was younger, this was where I spent a lot of time. Uh, it was one of my places of comfort, you could say.
So, you were a geek?
I don't know. I was. I don't know. I try to describe what I was in class officer. Um,
My mistake. You weren't a geek. You were a nerd.
I look at him and like I was also team captain of the so and so sports team.
But not one of the jocks. So, you were a sporty nerd.
Eh, I don't know. I mean, looking back, I guess I was aware I wasn't a special case. The jocks let me hang out with them because, well, my grandfather ran the school.
Oh, that's worse. You were a nerd and you were a son of the owner.
I guess so.
He motions to you, and you look down while telling him about the memories of the importance of this haunt. Your corpus had started to become even tighter. Regain 2 more points of corpus. You've been healing without realizing it.
Uh,
Ali, you hear voices. And as you look down the library, you see the girl earlier is looking at the shelves. You see one guy who's right now using his PSP and is playing with headset on. And then that's when you see two guys in one of the study nooks that you tend to hang out with. At that corner shelf seat, Ace?
Tiastig! I immediately like run.
eh,
but, but then I stop realizing like
Nanda Korea. I mean, sorry, what was that?
your high school nickname behind your back. But I go back, but I
I look
pause.
around.
I stop
That sounded
with a
familiar.
distance as
Mm-hmm.
like I'm still remembering the harrowing, seeing him in a coma, and I'd be like, sir, sir, sir. I look at the hoodie person. Is that? Does he look like the death? Does he look familiar? Like the death guy?
Yes, you recall him to be the death figure you saw, but with the hoodie down, he's just a guy.
Okay, I freeze up, like, but I'm visible to Sir Ace. Like, I see the death guy. I look confused. I look at him. I look conflicted.
Haroon turns to you, Ace. Friend of yours?
Oh, um, yeah. Hi. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for where have you past few days?
Days? For you, it's been 2 weeks.
I mean, past couple of weeks. Sorry.
No.
Two-
Two,
For
2 days for you, Ace. Tama.
but for me it's 2
For
weeks.
Ali remembers
Yeah,
the
it's
harrowing
right.
weeks.
Where
I,
have you been the past 2 days?
2 months, 2 weeks, days. It's been too long.
Oh boy.
I was
Haroon looks at you.
I was in a coma. You were in a coma. Sir Wang was
You
angry
were
at
in a
me.
harrowing.
Oh, that's one of those things you said, like if you overexert yourself, you go into like some really
I,
nasty
nagpunta ako sa
stuff,
tutor
right?
house. Alam mo yung tutor house? You know, the one if you, after school, when you try to do stuff for math, or like, um, mostly
Uh-huh.
maths, calculus, um, I was there. I saw yung anak na may-ari. Forgot. Si Ming.
See, what was her name again?
Oh, basta yung anak. And then, like, I tried to talk to her. And
Okay.
then, and after that, I was warned to not exert myself, but I just kept trying to reach out. And then, next thing I know, I'm in a coma.
Hi, I'm Haroon. He
I
reaches his hand
Right.
out to you.
Oh, sorry. So I introduced Haroon, and I'm like, okay, sounds like you've been through something really nasty. Haroon's been catching me up on things.
it hasn't been 2 months,
I think
sir.
we need to.
Are we really dead, sir?
Yeah.
You were the other one in the car.
We were in, sa hospital daw kami, coma. And then, like,
That was 2 days ago.
2 weeks.
That was 2 days ago.
It felt like 2 weeks. Like, may bakal yung likod ko. Nasa hospital ako. You were unconscious. And I saw Sir
I'm
Juan.
sorry. I think that is a harrowing you remember. Harrowings are brutal. I was once trapped in a harrowing which made me think I was alive for a year.
Oof.
So, it's not
That's
real.
tough.
Mostly, some say harrowings are a nightmare, but others say harrowings are actually. They say you get pulled into this place known as the Tempest. It's a dark place,
It was
the
dark.
closest thing to hell.
It was really
And they
dark.
say that
Yeah.
while in the Tempest, things called specters actually they become memories, and they show themselves in the worst way possible to make it hurt.
So hindi galit si Sir Wang. Hindi galit yung tatay ni Sir Ace.
Haroon looks at you, Ace. Who's Sir Wang?
He's my grandfather.
Haroon looks at you, Ali. We could check if he's okay. Is
Can
he important to you?
Like, we left a promise, both me and Sir Ace, before we died. Made a promise.
Is he? Do you think he's one of your fetters?
What's a feather? Feather?
Do you think he's one of the things that kept you from dying?
I mean, I promised. I
From
made a
passing
promise. Di ba nag-promise tayo? You made a promise to him when he told us about that big secret. I promised to take care of his dog, and you promised. The player forgot what the promise was, so I'll just play it off like, basta you made a promise to Sir Wang. We have to check. We have to make sure he's okay.
With your permission, I could use my Arcanoid to check.
Hindi mo kami papahamak.
I'm sorry, I never really learned the language that much.
Oh, you're not gonna harm us?
No.
No.
Like, with this?
At least I can promise you I will not harm you. But I cannot promise you will not emotionally get hurt.
That's okay. We have to make sure Sir Wang's like, imagine making like I kind of pull away because I respect Sir Wang's and this is a stranger, so I pull Sir like made a promise to Sir Wang, and then you know what's happening to him, and then we're both dead. Diba, we have to make sure
Yeah.
he's okay.
Yeah, I haven't checked, but we could go. That's fine.
May I have your hand?
I look first like if Ace is gonna hold his hand, I'll hold his hand.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm assuming over the past days he's been doing also, like showing me what he does.
Yes, you've seen him help you check on your own fetter.
Right.
You were wondering about um, how the condo was doing since you haven't gone home. He held your hand, and with his unblinking eyes looking into yours, you started to see visions of your house.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he's you can give it a try. It's okay.
He holds your hand, wraps it around with his hands, and he tells you, just stay calm. You will feel me becoming part of you. Know it is part of the process. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
He separates one hand from your hand, so it's his hand, yours on top, and then the hand on top. And as he brings this hand towards you, Ace, you see what you did not see before because you were the one he did it to.
Right.
His hand starts going into Ali's head, the fingertips melding into the skull.
Oh,
That's a thing.
Ali, in your eyes, it's like suddenly you see this after image forming on top of what you can see in front of you. You see the gate to Sir Wang's house.
there's this instinct to just run up, but is it closed?
The gate passes through as if you've gone forward. You could hear the barking of the dog, and you see Bruno barking, looking at you, as if he could sense you.
I
That's cool.
there's an instinct to hug, but I learned my lesson of touching things. So I'm like, I do an air hug.
Well, as you try to mimic air hugging, you realize this feels more like you're on a camera than you're actually there. Does that make sense? It's like you're seeing drone footage in a first-person perspective.
Okay.
You don't feel yourself there. You end up hugging yourself as the view goes past Bruno. You see the living room. You see the kitchen. The kitchen has a pan on the oven. There's some smoke rising, something sizzling. You hear very distantly Haroon's voice. Is this his home?
Yeah, it's just like it used to be.
I cannot see him. Do you see him?
Squint. Is there any signifier? Because like he's cooking.
Ace, I think you need to guide her to use her perceptions the way I taught you.
Oh shoot. Okay, sure.
What do
You will have to do it. I am maintaining the link.
What do I do?
So I reach over and assist. How do I assist?
Well, you assist her with words. You're telling her, parang, try to focus on life or on death. What the real
Okay.
question is, what do you tell her to use?
Feelings.
Our dinner. Remember our dinner?
Oh, yeah. It was really good food. Like take out.
So I walk her through the memory of that dinner.
Okay.
Take out. Nagkuha tayo
And
take
through
out.
that memory, do you want Ali to use life sight, death sight, or heightened senses?
Life sight, please.
Let's use life.
Yay.
Okay, perception, empathy, difficulty 5.
Wait, I gotta open my sheet real quick. One thing about my sheet right now is I have to open, close, open. This is wits end for an empathy.
Perception, empathy. So that's
Perception.
2 for perception, and that's 3 for empathy. You have
So
5
5
dice. Your
dice.
difficulty is 5.
Okay, difficult. 5. Here. 3, 4, 5. Ooh! 1.
Your life sight focuses. You see the flare of temperature from the sizzling pan. And then as you're scanning the room, you see a wave of life force from something slightly off of you. Moving in that direction, you pan down to see Sir Wang on the floor.
Oh no, not again.
I'm sorry, the dry delivery. It's so funny. I'm sorry. But
That's all right.
the player's laughing, but Ali's horrified.
No, that's all good. It's all good. Laughter is a sign of tension. Haroon detaches from you, and did you see what I saw?
He was on the floor.
That is not good.
No, it isn't.
Is there a way we can
Can we travel there?
CPR? Is he alive?
Not from here.
There must be a way we can.
Haroon starts grabbing his jacket and pulling back his hoodie. He turns to you, Ace, motioning that it might be good that the 3 of you make your way there immediately.
How do we
Yeah,
go
let's do
there?
that.
It's so far away from school.
The travel thing. Can I take people with me? Oh no, wait, I don't want to do that. Can Haroon take people with us?
Haroon looks at you and tells you and admits to you, I'm afraid my skills of Argos are not as strong as I wish they were.
Oof.
What's Argos? Ano yun?
It is one of the Arcanoi. It allows us to fly in some limited occasions. But in the Skinlands, it's far weaker compared to when it's in the Tempest.
Sir,
Okay, wait.
sir, do you understand what
Our
this
best bet
say?
Our
Yes.
best bet might be to make our way there the way we would have if we were alive.
On foot?
Or with a vehicle.
Oh, you want her to be a car?
Haroon turns. You can become a car?
When I felt when I woke up, the Sir Ace's car, I was
Well,
it.
can you or can't you?
I don't know.
Because if you can't become a car, then we'll have to find a way to squeeze in with commuters and not be touched.
No, that's too
You
dangerous.
can ride on the roof.
She nods.
But it's too far. We don't know how. Is there a way we can teleport there as ghosts?
If you had the power.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Does anyone here have... Is there a phone?
You're looking at the library. You see the girl with the laptop. Her laptop's open.
Oh, shoot.
You approach
okay.
a girl?
Player thing. My idea is basically to like 911 and check on my grandfather's place.
That's a possibility. You want to try that?
Yes.
Do you try to influence her to call 911? Or do you want Denmother to try to possess the device to call 911? The two of you are looking at each other.
No, I'm gonna act on.
Options.
I'm gonna
You
act.
want to try it first?
I will just like Ali will act on instinct. Like she's trying to, she's like a normie, and people are talking nerd talk to her of like the Arcanoy or whatever, and she doesn't get it. All she knows
Okay,
is like,
I am a trained teacher. I dumb it down for her. Like, okay, basically you can do this.
yeah, but how do we get
You
to
Like
access the car.
Sir Wang
ignore the
now?
semantics. You can do this.
But Sir Wang, we need to go there now. Like immediate, like it's a matter of life and death. There's like oxygen in the brain, 6 minutes. The one they taught us in school during CPR. We have to
Yeah,
go
it's
there
like
now.
if you want him to live, the fastest way is to get people to help him. You can possess this machine and tell people to go to him.
Okay, say.
Once you do that, then we can go to him.
I will possess right now.
Tension mic. Tension mic.
I will-
Tension, Mike.
Like it's the
So-
immediate say no more. I will look around for the nearest phone and like manifest the call. Manifest.
You
The computer.
you see the computer of the girl, and then you see the guy who's playing the PSP. Who do you go to?
I have a feeling because this kid, knowing some kids, pag nasa PSP sila, most likely meron silang secondary mobile phone na naglalaro ng, idle game. So like, the
Okay.
teacher knowledge, I will try to
Possess
go,
the phone.
possess the
Okay.
phone that's running a mobile game.
You rush to the boy playing the PSP, and as you drop down to one knee, true enough, you see his phone is beside him and it's running one of those idle games. You remember the feeling when you touch the car and you reach your hand down towards it. Haroon turns to you, Ace. She's done this before, yes?
Yep. With a different device. But
Then she knows. Then she knows she has to become the device. She won't
Yes.
be using it. She becomes the phone.
Manifest.
You're right.
We can
You
Okay.
have to be the phone. Like literally. I said you gotta possess the phone
Okay, be the
like a
phone.
ghost.
Be the phone.
Okay. Ali, you need to roll first. Assume the shell. This is dexterity plus inhabit. Your inhabit is 3. Your dexterity is 4. You have 7
7.
dice.
Okay. What does willpower do
That's
again?
not.
It's an automatic 1 success. Do
Okay,
you spend willpower?
Yes, I would like to spend willpower, then roll 7. Because, this
Okay.
is Sir Wang. It's a matter of life and death.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have 1 success already. Then you'll roll 7 dice. Haroon turns to you, Ace, and tells you, but she does realize once she is the phone, she might be stuck as the phone.
No, she got. Wait.
Wait, what?
She got back. No, she got back. She got back from the car.
It takes a possessor, an artificer, enough mental fortitude to separate themselves from an object they've merged with. Either that or the object has to be destroyed, and you suddenly realize maybe that's why she got out of the car, because it was totaled.
If she can do the first, no problem. I've got ways to motivate her. And if she can't, we'll just blow up the phone. Sorry, kid.
Okay, Ali, you have 4 successes with a 1, so
Yeah.
that's 3, but then a willpower, so it's back to 4. As you touch the cell phone with the briefest of touches with your finger, you assume the form. You find yourself diving in. It's like suddenly the cell phone is the size of a bus, and you're leaping into the phone. There's no sign of everyone. All around you is just the phone. And your perception spread out. You know that this phone is Wi-Fi connected. You know this phone is 30% capacity used so far. You know this phone has a majority of photos compared to documents and other. There's this awareness that hits you all about the phone. Now is the
Yes.
more tricky part. You want to claim the shell. You want to take control of it. This is a strength in habit roll. However, it will cost you 3 pathos.
It's a lot of pathos.
Yes.
Okay.
So spend 3 3, and then your strength is 1, your inhabit is 3. You have 4 dice.
Okay.
And before you roll,
Uh-huh.
as you are staring at the phone and realizing from the inside it is this complicated, you see a black dog looking at you. I offer you 5 dice. Do you take it?
I see the dog as a friend. I will take that dice because this is for sure.
Awesome.
Oh shoot! Right,
Roll.
yeah, we haven't told her about. Ah,
No.
right.
No.
Dang it.
So first please clear and roll 5 dice. Let's do the shadow dice first.
We gotta-
Ano na? She's a normie, guys.
Oh, you have 2 successes immediately from the shadow. Roll 2 more dice because the 10s explode.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ooh. On the shadow dice, they explode.
Yep.
Yes.
And another
Ooh,
explosion.
good.
You had another 10, so that's 3. Roll again.
Oh my god. Delikado to si Shadow Dice. Okay,
It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, right. I don't know.
Okay, that's just 2. And then 5.
Okay.
Or was it 4?
Yes. Now you roll your normal dice pool.
Which is 4 or was it 5? The strength.
I
and...
think it was 4 because
Okay.
your strength is 1 and your inhabit is 3.
Okay. Okay, I have 2 explosions as well.
Oh, that's nice. So you currently have a total of 4 successes. Roll 2 more dice.
Okay. Daming dice. 1! Ay, puta. Oh well.
That's fine. That's fine. You extend. You wrap around the shell. You become the cell phone. You're suddenly innately aware of your connections to the internet as the phone. But you also suddenly feel terrified because it feels like you're standing on a cliff's edge and the internet is the waterfall flowing beside you.
Oh no.
You have this innate fear you might plunge and fall through the internet and be swept away.
Oh no.
But
We
you are the
talked to
phone.
her. We talked to her.
Yeah. So John, you actually see Ali disappear as she
Right.
touches the phone, and then for a moment you see the phone flicker. The light changes slightly.
Yeah. I try to
Haroon
talk
looks
to
at
her.
you and nods.
Okay. Yeah, we talked to her. Dial what ano ba yung equivalent? What's the equivalent of 911?
117.
Emergency
Sa Davao.
whatever.
Sa Davao, 117.
I think it's 116 in Manila and then
Ah.
117 in Davao. I think
Davao is like 911. But anyway, whatever the number is,
you
call them, send them a message. Oh, also send a message to my parents to check in.
Okay.
Here, I give her the numbers. I just keep instructing her to keep her focused. Like
the
do
buttons
this.
light up. You dial the number. Sadly, it's a phone call. The number rings. Emergency services answers. And as you test your voice, Ali, hello? You hear the voice on the other line. Yes, this is emergency. What do you need? They can hear you.
Please send somebody in. I give the address because I know where Wang's. I hang out there a lot.
As you're going through this and giving the address, John, can you roll me one die? I just need to see if it's odd or even.
Yeah, sure. 4.
The boy turns and sees his phone has lit up.
Distract him. I'm trying to.
What do you do?
I don't see this.
The boy has noticed his phone the monitor of his phone lit up.
What game is he playing?
We'll just declare it's like Limbo's company joke. Or like
On the PSP. It seems to be some sort of tower defense thing. There's a bunch of people attacking. And
Arc
there's
Knights.
this swarm.
Arc Knights yan. Arc Knights definitely.
We need him to get his attention back on the tower defense game.
What do?
I tap the PSP.
You tap it using what?
Di ba I can like, tama ba? Do I have that ability? To,
You
to
could
interact with
try.
reality?
You want to see if you can become solid enough to hit it?
Yeah, without him seeing me.
You reach forward. He has not noticed you, but he's still looking at his phone. And as you push your finger against his PSP, lose a corpus. You pass through.
Oh shoot!
You,
Wait, aren't I supposed to use
you see your father looking
embody?
at you. Do you want to know how to touch solid things?
No, wait. I have embody, right?
Yep.
What?
Your
Level
cur
one gives me,
whispers.
so I can make sounds.
Yep. Whispers specifically. Then level 2 is you can manifest, but it's still a ghostly hue.
Oh shoot! It's the wrong thing. Uh,
You try it.
wait. I try to make yung sound. Ano ba yung alerts ng? I've been listening to the PSP. I try to sound like the PSP. I don't know.
Um,
I make the
so
sounds of the PSP.
that's fine. Spend a pathos and roll charisma embody. This roll is to see if you can project your voice across the distance between the quick and the dead.
Okay. So embody 2 and charisma 3.
5
So
dice.
5 dice. Okay. Difficulty.
6.
Oh,
You are able to find the resonance that he will hear. Now roll, and your roll is a maximum of 5 dice because of your number of successes. We're
okay.
doing manipulation and performance as you make that alert sound you wanted him to hear.
Okay, so I'll roll 5.
No, the 5 is your maximum dice pool. What is your
Ah,
manipulation performance?
eto. It's 2.
Your father offers you 3 dice.
No, I will willpower this.
Your father offers you 6 dice.
Later. No.
Love that.
Wait, yung temporary willpower ko, does it refresh at any?
You refresh willpower by hitting your nature or demeanor.
Ah,
Okay. So
okay,
spend
okay.
temporary willpower and
I
roll
got 3
now
left.
your 2 dice.
Okay. 8 2.
And as you make the sound, and the alert sound is supposed to make him do what?
Basically, it's like him, because he's playing the game, and I'm assuming, oops, sorry, I'm assuming he doesn't want to die in his. So I will make the sounds of him getting hurt in the game. Like you're noticing your phone, but meanwhile your PSP game is still running, so stuff's happening in the game. You want to turn back to it, so
You
you don't, basically those destruction sounds.
okay?
Bas-
Having played this game before, you start making the sounds if the character is getting hit. You do it convincingly enough that, oh shit, the boy turns away from his phone and checks on his game. And while you're doing that, you hear Ali complete the address, and the woman is basically asking, the usual, are you with him right now? Is he breathing?
I will just
And
say
Ali,
yes.
are you maintaining a
Yes, of
conversation, or are you
yes.
closing it
Yes.
to
We were
call someone
cooking.
else?
I go, yes. Just please hurry, please hurry. He cooked dinner and he just collapsed on the floor. We need someone. I need to go contact the other family members, please. He's not breathing. He's not okay.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I need your name, ma'am. I need your name. Denmother, please roll wits alertness.
Uh,
That's 4 dice plus 3 dice. That's 7.
okay. Yes, my paranoia is kicking in. This is good. uh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I need your name. And just as you were about to blurt it out, you realize, wait, you can't give your name. You're dead.
We need to cut the call. Did you
You
like?
end the
Has she
call?
given all the?
I will
Has she given all the info that's?
I'm given the address.
You're not sure, Ace. You weren't able to focus during the
Oh.
time you were distracting the boy. Sorry, Ali. You gave the address. You gave all you need. You end the call.
I would because I've given the address. I've given like at least relevant contact
Yep.
details. I end the call and I start rapidly sending a text.
Ma'am, and then the call's cut. Message system opens. Letters are typing. This will be a text message to John's character's family.
Specifically, because I know, like, because we were that tight. I mean, a family member tight kind of thing. I would send like "Merry Christmas, Tita." You know that once a year text to Tita or
So
something.
to the mother, you're
mother
typing a message to the
specifically.
mother.
Yes.
Okay. Ace, you glance down and you see the phone is now typing real quick. And from what you could read, "Hi Tita, I think Sir Wang needs help. Please check on him." It's typing really fast. So
Yeah, that's fine.
as that's happening, Haroon touches your shoulder and mutters, "Fuck.
Why?
I think something spotted us."
Something? What thing?
Remember how I said there used to be things in charge in the Shadowlands?
Yeah.
You know why people create governments and organizations? Because they bandy together for protection.
Yeah.
And as he
sure.
nudges you to look down the hallway of the library, in the far end of the hallway, standing in front of the open door, it looks like a goat.
A goat? Okay, what is that?
But it's standing on its hind legs.
Oh, that doesn't look nice.
And as it looks around, spindly things, almost like centipede legs, emerge from its gaps,
Okay.
between its armpits, between its thighs, between its neck and chest.
I look at Haroon quickly and like, that's not a good thing, right?
That, my friend, is a specter. They come in many forms, and they always are bad.
Can you fight?
He looks at you. Oh, I can run.
Shoot.
We
Take the phone with you.
we don't fight specters. We run.
Drat.
She'll be
Hello.
safe as long as she stays a phone. She'll be safe. It won't see her as a phone.
Okay, so we tell her that like, okay, you need to stay as the phone for a while. We'll be back for you.
You're hearing that being yelled at you as you're now typing the number of the mother. I
Oh,
need
wait.
you, Denma, to roll intelligence alertness to remember the phone number. Because Ace was yelling it while you were in the call earlier.
Okay, I
Ace,
think
sorry, you
7.
were saying?
Shoot, I want to give her like some digital info that might make it easier,
No.
but there might be no time.
It's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I typed
Sige.
like you see the text like says like as a register. Okay, deletes.
And then, okay, then delete it. Kasi baka ma-send yung
Yeah.
okay sa...
Okay, we'll be back
Um,
for you.
While Ali is finishing the message, Ace, you
Okay.
feel Haroon pick you up. Haroon looks at you and mutters, "You really want to try fighting that thing?" The goat thing is now turning towards where the three of you are. It seems to be sniffing the air, and you realize now that centipede-like protrusions. It's because
Yeah.
imagine a goat and there's a zipper down its middle, but then it opens to like this centipede-like
Yeah.
arachnid.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, really quick perception kind of check, like just assessing how dangerous this thing is.
Um,
I do a
It's
quick check lang before
approximately on its hind legs, it's around 5'4".
Okay, so it's
Each
small.
spindly centipede leg is more or less a kitchen knife in length,
Well, I do
and
have a
you
sword.
count around 10 spindly legs so far. And of course, the surrealness of this whole thing around you, people in the library are reading books, completely oblivious.
Oh, but if it's a ghost, it's a ghost, right? It's a ghost thing.
Yes, a deadly ghost, hence a specter. The thing starts
Yeah.
to move towards your general direction. And just like how you and the other ghosts have been doing, you see it, it leaps onto a table, but the table, nothing gets disturbed. The person at the table doesn't even sense him there. While on the table, it starts sniffing as if searching, and it continues making its way closer and closer to the three of you.
How many students are there in the room?
You quickly glance, you count, there's around 6.
Uh, okay, medyo. Here's what I'm thinking. I wanna say something which will cause a student to walk through or pass through the specter.
What would be a good thing to make all the students start moving?
Fire?
Do you whisper it to the closest person? Do you try to find someone who seems gullible enough to set the chain of events?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Is
If
it
it
a
doesn't work,
student?
then we
Is it
run.
the
If it
is it
doesn't
a
work, then we
student or
run.
the librarian?
Okay, I know the librarian. Is she? Let's assume I know the librarian
Yeah,
because I've worked here. Is she particularly spookable?
yeah.
Okay, let's
Most of them
assume.
are.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Librarian.
You hurry to her, and as
Hired
you
her.
rush
Okay.
to her side, you notice that she's on her phone despite it being hidden beneath the counter, and she's watching. And as she's watching, she starts muttering something that sounds Korean.
And I'd be like, Sunog.
You try to channel your voice again, spend another
Yeah, let's
pathos.
try it.
The perils of humans being affected by ghosts.
Yeah, I want to use it against me, for me this time. So like,
Yep.
I know how it feels to walk through people. You take it.
Charisma embody.
Yeah, roll 5. Rolling 5 rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5.
And we
Rolling.
got
Ay, wait. Sorry. Ay, hindi nag-ano yung earlier one.
yeah, that's okay. We'll ignore the first die. 92868.
Ah,
Your voice channels to a whisper, Sunog. She suddenly looks up, Sunog! Sunog! And the other students start hearing her, Sunog! And the chain reaction starts to happen. Many of the students start standing, some are looking around, but then they start, crossing towards the exit. The goat creature is looking around, and as it leaps off the table to land, 2 students pass through it. You see it staggering backwards, parts of its corpus torn away. You realize it's disrupting the specter long enough. Ali, you've sent the message, and with the message sent, you were. Do you want to do anything else while you're connected to this device, which is also connected to the world?
Um.
Do you message anyone else? Do you call someone?
Oh,
That woman heard your voice when you called emergency services.
I. My brain immediately like remembers like what the shadow, I mean, or the face, my face mentioned about like the things holding me back, and there's this like I'm remembering the conversation I had with Dan about relationships. In that moment when we were in the car, it just flashes back to how she was trying to get me into some relationships, how she was getting into relationships, and how I never seemed to get into any of them. My mind lingers to my crush. And I, on instinct, just go to, like, because I'm connected to the internet or something. I would remember her Facebook.
You open the browser, You're typing the name in the Facebook field to load it when suddenly you have an incoming call. Do you answer it immediately or does it ring and does the owner hear it?
Um.
It's
Oh.
like a hiccup. You a sneeze. You feel that sensation of a call coming.
Um. Is the number I typed?
There's no time. It's answer or it rings.
Uh, Answer.
You answer it before it comes out as a sneeze, before it makes a sound. Hello, who's this? You hear Ace's mother.
So we go. There's not much time. Si Sir Wang, puntahan
Miss
mo.
Kamay? Is that you, Miss Kamay?
Please, puntahan mo si Sir Wang, please. He's dying, please.
Ali? Ali Kamay? You hear her voice. It's filled with shock. She can't believe it, but she recognizes your
Of
voice.
course.
And
Many.
tantalizingly, despite the distance of the phone call, please roll 3 dice.
Is
Ooh,
this a good thing? A good thing? Do I think this is a good thing?
we don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Good luck. Gambatan eh.
oh my god. Oh no.
Despite the distance of the phone call, you can taste the fear. Do you drink it?
Oh.
Um, I try. It's my reasoning of like I will take it away from her and be like, it's okay. Like I'm here to help.
Gain 2 pathos as you drink the fear through the phone line.
Yay! Pathos.
We cut back to John.
Live it on
The
fair.
people, the students are hurrying their way out. Many of them hit the specter. You see it. It's almost like it's getting hit by people, but it's passing through. It gives out a howl, and the howl is this terrible groan that sounds like if a goat was combined with an EDM machine, like auto tune
That's
goat.
okay.
And what do you do?
While it's getting this shredded, I pull out my sword and smack it.
Sword out, you start closing in. Haroon looks at you. I hope you're sure about this. And Haroon starts parang trying to be in a flanking position. As you find yourself close enough to the goat thing, it bleats as it turns. A student passes through it that one last time, giving you the opening you need.
Mm.
Strike or observe.
Strike.
That's dexterity melee.
Okay, let's go for it. Eto. What do I have?
Oh,
What?
yeah, there's melee.
Yeah, I do have melee. I made sure to have some.
I had
Two.
a brief moment of melee or weaponry. Chronicles of Darkness.
Ah,
It's weaponry and not melee.
but there's no weaponry naman for this set. But okay. So 2 plus 2, 4.
Yep, your difficulty is 6.
Alright, let's go. My first combat role in this game. 6, 9, 10.
Ooh. Um, sword descends, and as it descends, you have 3 successes. Please roll 3 plus your sword damage, which is 2 lethal, so that's 5.
Yeah. Plus 2, right?
Yeah.
5. It's been a while since I've had to roll in this setting. 9, 7.
The thing gives out a yelp as your sword cleaves its side. Despite it being this wooden sword that doesn't have a sharp edge, you see it tear through the corpus as if it was a sharp blade. The portions you've cut free hit the ground and they turn into maggots and ashes and cobwebs.
Oh,
And
plasmic ink.
yes, and with the portion of it that's been torn away, the goat thing turns. It is angered by your strike.
Oh, duh.
But as it's angered by your strike, Haroon seems to have done something that some people suddenly staggered into the way and passed through the specter again.
Yo,
Do you take
good
that
one.
as a chance to reposition and be defensive, or do you take it as a chance to strike again?
I struck again.
Roll.
Okay, so same set, no?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 10, 8, 6.
Your second blow hits it solidly. 10, 8, and 6. So that's 3 plus 2. 5 dice again of damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 1, 6, 7.
6, 7, 1, 6, 7. Oh, wow. You ripped off its lower half, severing its waist from its upper body. The lower half just collapses. It's like it's suddenly made of cake. If only cake was maggots and cobwebs. The upper part of the body hits the ground, and as it hits the ground with a heavy, wet plop, you see a pair of human legs that were folded stretch out from the open wound.
Oh, that's nasty.
Haroon looks at you and says, "Wait, wait, wait!" And you see crawling out of the upper goat thing, almost like a man being born. A figure pushes himself out of the wound, rolling on the floor and saying, "Enough! Enough!"
Okay.
What do you do?
My sword is still out. Get out. Get out of that thing.
The thing crouches into fetal position as he pushes himself towards the far wall away from the goat head that's still on the floor. The goat head is still pulsing, but with each pulse, you could see it disintegrating into webs. Haroon stares at you and mutters, "Oh god, it wasn't a specter.
So, what was it?
I think it was a wraith." And you see the figure
Okay.
cowering at the side of the wall. He's pressed against the wall, but you realize he's not pushing against it to go through.
What is a wraith? My sword is still pointed at.
We are wraith.
We are Venom.
But why was it? Why was it in this thing?
I think we just saw a glimpse of what happens if a wraith's shadow gets too strong.
Oh, that's nasty.
And with that line, you hear suddenly the alarm of the fire alarm being triggered. Across the room, you see the woman you whispered to earlier has triggered it finally. And more people are now making their way out. Ali, back to you.
Yeah.
Ali Camay, is that you?
Opo. Please, but si Sir Wang now. Like, there's not much time. Sir Wang. It doesn't matter what you're hearing right now. Check on Sir Wang. He's cooking dinner. Nasa floor siya. Please. Please, tita. Save him. Buhay pa siya.
You can't hear a response. You don't know what she's doing, but she has not put the phone down.
I will take this cue.
Do you try to connect to her, or do you leave the phone now?
It's gonna be an awkward conversation. I don't know what the rule is with, like, I'll just let her know. Okay kami ni Ace. Basta si Sir Wang. Ligtas mo si Sir Wang. Save him. He's
And
the one
you
that's
close
alive.
the call?
Yep. Siya pa buhay. And I end the call. And then I'm like, okay,
With the phone, with the...
like, that just happened.
Yes. Go.
Just processing.
You manifest, and as you manifest, the kid stands up beside you. Huh? Sunog. And he grabs the phone and hurries out down the library.
Well, am I still
All of you
connected
hear
to
the klaxon of the alarm. Yeah?
Am I still connected to the internet?
Sorry,
or
I didn't hear that.
Is he mobile data connected just for reference mobile data, or is it Wi-Fi connected to the library? This phone.
You know it was Wi-Fi.
Darn. Okay.
As the student leaves, as the three of you are left behind in this library with the alarm still blaring, Ali, you join the two others to see the third figure, the naked figure huddled against the wall, who's muttering, "No more, please, no more, no more."
I got out of the
Haroon
phone.
looks at you and tells you, "We thought it was a monster, but it might have been just a wraith like us."
Am I still the phone? Or have I ejected myself out of the?
When you ended the call, you ejected yourself, right?
Yes.
Or are you still the phone and the boy's carrying you away?
Because here the thing I'm conflicted with is Ace told me to stay as the phone, so I will stay.
Oh shoot! Right.
I will stay as the phone.
Okay, so you're being carried away. You realize you could see the two staring at the figure in the corner, but then you fail to see anything as you're now in a pocket.
Oh shoot! Right. And then I realized, like, wait. Oh shoot! Ali, get out!
You
Ali.
look back, Ali, and you don't see Ali. Instead, you see the boy hurrying past the two of you.
Oh, la.
Haroon looks at you.
Like I'm just here. Exit.
Haroon, watch. Keep him here. And I rush to get Ali out.
Haroon
Get out of the
nods
phone.
and goes to the naked guy. Ace, you chase after the boy heading to leave the library. You're calling out, but sadly, Ali, in the pocket, you all hear is cloth rubbing against you and the klaxon of the alarms.
Nice.
Sean, please roll wits athletics.
Ayo.
Mataas naman yan eh. 4 plus 1, 5.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll do. 5. Yeah, 5. Okay. Rolling. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
8, 10, 9. Yeah.
Boy shoves the door open, and before it closes, you slip outside as well, following him. Kala ko,
Right. Those things.
and as you follow the boy in a quieter place now, because you're outside of the alarms of the building, Ali, you could hear Ace calling out to you.
What are you saying?
Ali, get out of the phone. Get out of the phone. We gotta go to Sir Wang. Let's go.
But
Wait.
while you're still on the phone, you realize you're still connected to the internet. You could still message people. You could still email people. You could call. Who do you call?
I will check.
You wanna-
I will check because like I was determined earlier sa Facebook and stuff. I will do a Facebook Messenger call to my crush.
Using the boy's account?
I realize. She's not thinking right at this point in time. I'm gonna commit the bit, but because actually the number seems more. I'll try to type in. Is there a way for me to roll to see if her high school number is still very much the same? I'll try to test it.
You're typing the number in memory. I cut back to Ace. She's still not stepping out. What the hell is she? Oh God! You see the boy is now crossing the street, and you see the boys running towards the corner where a jeepney is waiting.
nuts. I go like, Ali.
She
Come
hasn't
on,
appeared.
he's-
Do you chase after the boy?
Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
the boy steps onto the jeep, do you leap onto the jeep?
Yeah, I'll jump on the Jeep.
Do you clamber to the ceiling, or do you risk being inside?
No. I won't be inside. I'll be like on top, hanging down, looking in.
Roll strength athletics. Because you
I'm-
realize
I'm-
as you leap
sorry,
and
Ace.
grab hold of the jeep, you still feel gravity keeping you from clambering up easily.
Or nakasabit
That
ka
is
sa
so
jeep.
weird.
That's super funny.
It's really weird, but that's the metaphysics of this game. 5 dice.
Okay.
Strength
9,
athletics.
6, 7.
You pull up. You're on the roof, and it's that weird. As you get on the roof, you don't even hear that. You're not putting weight on the thing, but you feel your weight on the thing. The jeep starts to move, and you're holding on. Ali, cutting back to Ali. You've typed the number. You recall that's her number. You press connect. You press call. You hear the phone ring. You hear the phone ring. You hear the phone ring. You hear it answered. Hello? You hear Memeng's voice.
Confused at Memeng. You're not.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Were you calling someone else? I thought you were calling Memeng.
No, I was calling my crush.
My mistake. Who you were calling?
I was calling Crush.
Who?
I was calling my crush from high school.
This would be.
I think I gave a name to her. Way back.
Yeah.
Way back in Play Reference. I will check.
Double checking. High school. Oh my gosh, I don't have the name.
No, it's
Generate name.
No, it's wait, my own best friend Dan. Oh, I didn't name the crush. This is a sin. This is a crime.
What's that wasn't Memeng? Himayaong?
No, that's the tutor. That's a tutor girl.
Yeah, that's a tutor, yeah.
So the unnamed girl, we'll just stick to Mary Grace.
Okay.
To Mary Grace.
Mary Grace, what's her personality? Just so I have an idea how to portray her.
Sorry. I have to close this. But generally,
yeah, we're almost.
She's your very popular, that that kind of stands out, very white, fair skin. She's like your Asian Chinese beauty na parang her hair moves a certain way, laging naka-rebond. You know that one classmate is super, like, she's gonna get married to a really hot guy. Parang everything's predestined for her. She's the one who's going to the pageant.
Was she the Ariana Grande of the team?
Yes, Ariana Grande. Okay. Very, she's funny. She's charismatic.
Then you hear her answer. Hi. This is Mary Grace.
Mary Grace. I immediately balk, like remembering all the memories are flooding in of the moments I just see her from a distance. She's doing
sorry,
that.
I can't quite hear you. Your voice seems distant. Hello.
I say, Mary Grace. I like in that moment I don't have much time and I know I have to jump out. I go, I love you, Mary Grace. I haven't told you this before, but I love you.
And just as you're about to kill the call, Ali?
I wish I told you while I was still alive, but know that I've always loved you.
I'm sorry, is this Ali?
Yes, it's me.
Wow, that's strong signal.
And as you feel the emotions swirl, you hear her. This isn't a funny joke.
It's real. It's real. I wish I told you sooner. I've kept it all these years. I should have said something sooner.
You know this is cruel. You shouldn't joke like this.
I'm sorry. I know I didn't. I'm sorry. At least you know now. I
can't believe you'd stoop this low. Ali's dead, and she kills the call.
At least we go. I'm gonna like, in that moment, it's like, oh, I got rejected by my girl crush. I want to run. I eject myself from the phone and try to run as far as I can, like dramatic, like I just want to get away.
As you emerge from the phone, you're in the middle of the people inside this jeep.
Oh shit!
Outside, above you, you could hear Ace's voice. Ali, get out of the phone! Get out of the phone!
Can I ask how far is he in the jeep? Did he sit like in the front? Like, nagsiksik siya sa harap. Because, like, usually people don't get the end part. So you have to go to the front. So there's, like, this row of deadly people that I have to, like...
Yes,
Oh, fuck.
exactly. You stare at the people, you feel the jeep moving, and you're suddenly realizing your instinct is to grab hold to steady yourself. But as you try to grab hold, you pass through someone, lose a corpus.
One corpus. Okay. How much is my corpus?
Uh,
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. This is fine.
And John, as you a spear from above down below, oh shit, you see her. She's outside and she's
it's like,
ah.
there's no way she's gonna get out without hitting everyone. So I'm like,
Well, there is what Harun to you. Choose to lose. Remember?
yeah,
And you become
exactly.
intangible for the scene.
I tell that to her. Basically like, go ghost.
What do you mean? What do you
You
mean?
can choose to become incorporeal.
Like, I don't want to be
Darn it,
here.
Ali, we
Like I don't want to be here
We-
because, like, you told your crush that you love them and they think it's a cruel joke. Like, you want to be swallowed by the
Ayan
earth.
ho!
we can process later. Get out of there before you get back into another Halloween.
Deadly
You don't want to go
hand
into
passes
nightmare.
money passing. It's about to hit you.
I will manifest mentally, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to exist. That's how I'm gonna manifest the intangible. Like, I don't want to exist. I'm invisible. Nothing, like, everything that happened.
And spend one corpus.
Okay.
You turn intangible. The hand with the coins passes through you. You don't feel the tearing. And as
Alright.
you look at yourself, you realize you're slightly translucent. Do you try to
Come on.
leap up and join Ace on the
No, I
ceiling,
will
or do you
actually.
jump off the
I'll
jeep?
jump off and, like, try to go to, like, knowing the jeep isn't too far from school. I just want to run back to school and just hide somewhere in there, because, like, I just don't want to be here. I don't want to be out here. I just want to be in my safe space. So I try to run back.
You leap out of the jeep, and as you leap out of the jeep in your intangible state, Ace, you remember Haroon. Oh, and be wary of falling. We're always solid to falling.
Oh,
You see her leap off the back of the jeep. Do you
That's
try
not-
to grab her before she starts falling to the ground?
fine. I'll try to grab her. It's like, wait.
At the
don't-
edge? No!
Drama. All that.
I'll make this. Yeah, I'll make this a dexterity athletics roll.
Save me. Save the normie, please. She doesn't know what she's doing.
And I'm like, it's almost like you've never read all the books we read in book club.
They're just stories.
Okay. Now this is just him griping while he's trying to do like, no, don't. Anyway, okay. What is that again? Dexterity plus.
Dexterity athletics.
Okay, that's a 4.
So 5 total. Oh, sorry, wrong sheet. I was looking at the wrong sheet. Dexterity 2, athletics 2, 4. You're right. Nice.
2, 9, 3, 8.
Ace's arm juts out and grabs you before you start descending. As he keeps you from hitting the road, you're swung to the side where a truck passes through you, but you're currently intangible, so it doesn't hurt you. You actually see the inside of the truck, you see the hanging meat, you see the guy who's asleep in the back seat, and then the truck's past you. And then as you swing back to the back of the jeep, Ace pulls you to the roof.
I'm like, Ali, get a hold of yourself. We have something to do.
I lie down on my back. It's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore.
And I'm like, my grandfather is dying. Get yourself together.
That actually snaps her out of her, like, like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, can we check if he made it? Is there a way to find out? How do we find out we're top of a jeep?
That's why I need you to get So I need you to get together. We're here because you didn't get out of. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. So I'm like, I try to look at how the jeep's moving, and I'm like, okay, when I say jump, we're gonna jump off the jeep safely, not into traffic, more or less.
Okay. Okay, sir. I will.
And
So yeah,
finding that moment, I won't require a die roll. The two of you get out of the ride and onto the side. And with the coursing of traffic as a normal day in Manila would be, what is your plan? Do you find a way to your grandfather's place? Do you take the slow walk and evade route? Do you
how do how,
try do you try
how
the
long would
more
it take?
daring method? I mean, we're assuming right now you're by the school, which is what? The school is in Old Manila, that sort of area.
Mm,
And then your
yeah.
father would be where? Green Hills?
Grandfather would be. Uh, I forgot when they place in QC
Yeah, I
ata
think
eh.
so too.
Well,
So it's quite a
New
walk.
Manila QC. Ugh, that'll be
It's
a walk.
possible to walk it, but it's quite a walk. The question is, do the two of you risk the walk, or do you risk powers and finding a way to get there faster?
Is there a way to get there? Cause like, as soon cause we don't know if he made it.
Fine. I will use that. I will use the forbidden jutsu. The forbidden powers of the teleport thing.
You turn to Ali. You remember in your mind that which was taught to you. You reach out your hand so she can leap with you. Wits Argos. Your Argos is only one, so wits plus one. It'll cost
Okay.
you 2 pathos, one for you and one for your companion.
Is there a way to help? Is there a way to help? Moral support.
You could give pathos, but I think you're very low right now.
No, she just sucked off 2 pathos from the
So,
fear, right?
I
Yeah.
can give one.
But I don't think you need it. Or ayaw, you're low pala, you're low. So sige. Denma, you'll give him one.
I like my determination to make sure Sir Wang's like I hold on to his hand, I squeeze it, and I transfer this determination over to him. 1 point.
Yeah. Sadly, pathos sharing is a power.
Oh,
So as you hold his hand and you wish you could give him the energy, your best bet right now is to help him remember if people remember him.
oh,
Memoriam.
oh, okay. I would tell him.
Ah.
I remember, remember Dan, remember Dan. Ever since Dan saw you in school, like, do you remember her? Like the few conversations, like she just happens to show up.
Uh-huh.
She, like, I'm just saying it randomly. Like,
Hold on to that.
she would say a lot of nice things about you that I don't otherwise would understand. I think she had a crush on you. I keep telling her that you are always in a relationship with Heart.
And I'm like, that's nice to know.
Yeah, she just
But I feel like she had a crush on a lot of people.
no, but but she snuck into the school.
That is not far from the truth.
She snuck into school.
Roll your memoriam.
It's okay.
My memoriam or
You
his?
can roll your memoriam. John, he can roll his memoriam.
So
Because-
my memoriam is
2.
2.
Yes.
Where is that? I mean, I'll take it. But
It's in
The
backgrounds.
backgrounds.
okay.
People remember you.
Okay.
Dan very much remembers you. Tells a lot of things about you, and it's very uncomfortable because you're my boss. I know things about you, like how you're currently in a relationship with someone overseas. I don't look into that, but Dan knows about that.
8-1.
Okay.
Oh no.
You find yourself remembering the way people would react upon seeing you You feel the flow of energy. You regain a point of pathos, just
Okay.
enough to tip you over and not enter harrowing yourself. And with that flow of pathos, you spend it around the two of you in order to leap the distance necessary.
Okay.
Can you roll now for the leap, or have you already done so?
Hindi pa. The leap is
Argos plus wits, so that's 1 plus 3,
okay.
4.
9629. Is
The
that
two of
enough?
you leap,
Ah,
and as you leap, everything is like a swirl around you, like you've entered the cloud of a storm. There's rain, there's winds, there's. It's like the tempest is all around. Voices screaming, winds buffeting, and then silence. And then you land. You land in front of the house. You could hear the dog barking constantly. And you see the blue and red lights that are swirling from the vehicles parked in front of the building. You could hear crying. Ace, you see your mother. She is crying right now. There's no sign of your father.
let's go.
You could see guards. You could see other people who are all outside. Do the two of you risk going in?
Yes, I did, or at least check the ambulance, see if like they put in Sir Wang in there.
Yeah,
Like I'm looking.
let's go.
Do you choose to be intangible, or will you take the risk and dodge when necessary?
I'll dodge when
Yeah.
necessary.
The two of you approach, being careful of people who might be around. As you enter the front gates, which are open, you get to the living room area. We see flashes of when you arrived prior to the accident. You see your grandfather laughing upon seeing you, motioning you guys to come inside. But here, this time, you step in and you see the policemen looking at each other, shaking their heads. The
Shoot.
paramedic is standing on one side, and your father is berating the paramedic. He's yelling at the paramedic, "You should have been here earlier. What's the point of the city paying you if you're not here in time?" And as your father is scolding the man who is probably a volunteer, your eyes both turn to see Bruno, the actual Bruno, not the dog you've been seeing, Ali. Bruno is barking down the corridor, and you remember that corridor turns to from the living room to the kitchen, where he was, where you saw him lying down. The two of you start walking towards the kitchen. Bruno turns and sees the two of you, or rather senses the two of you. Bruno is not barking, is not growling, but is staring at your direction. You could tell he's confused why he senses the two of you. And then you hear your grandfather's voice. "Bruno!" The dog yelps and runs into the kitchen, and as the two of you follow the dog into the kitchen corridor, you see your grandfather seated on the floor. You see the nurse that's right now undoing the blood pressure check. You see on the stove, the smoke is still slightly coming from the pan that has burned from the grease fire. But your grandfather is alive.
Ah,
He's alive?
Yes.
Oh thank god. Oh, I thought he'd. Oh, that. Oh my god, he's alive. He's alive.
uh,
And then he looks straight at the two of you and mutters, "I thought you were dead." To be continued.
He can see
Ah.
us. He can see us. Oh my god. Oh my
We
god.
will continue next week.
Oh my god! Oh
For
my
the
god!
second to the last session of Magnificent Siwang.
Oh wait, okay. Oh my god, that's so. Oh, just a real caveat. Thank you, Josh, for raiding. I know you were doing your D&D game earlier, and we thought Sarah Wang. So Sarah Wang is a very beloved character. We found him like collapsed on the floor. We did a lot of ghost things, and now. It's cliffhanger. He can see us. We're dead. We're playing dead characters. So the fact that a living person can see us, oh my god! Thank you, Toby. We return. It returned in October for the fourth episode, and it's very strong. Oh my, yeah. Oh my god, Sir Mog saw us. Oh my
This
god, there's so much
this
suspense.
death game of love and emote.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's fun.
It was great. At least I got Ali to call her girl crush in high school and say love. Ariana Grande. I can imagine like Filipina Ariana Grande. Just going, hello.
Had I been more had I been more confident, I'd be thinking of it. Hello. But no, I can't.
Alright. Oh my god. Oh, that was so good. Thank you again, Toby, for a spooktacular session. And thank you again as well to Kors. Corsair's Cove is actually one of the players in the Alien RPG last night, and they were doing D&D. I was actually spook dating in there. They were doing Humblewood. His wife is running the game, so it was pretty nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed the sessions. You guys will be finding the episodes over in YouTube. We'll be importing that soon, and as well as the streams will always be live on Thursdays up until October 15th. So the second to the last next week, we'll find out what happens to the story and next few stories. Oh my god! So the emotions.
So before we fully end today's session though,
Yes.
speculations on how do you think this mini campaign will end?
I have no idea.
Anything goes at this point. And like I came here with expectations that this is just a coming of age, or like like a young woman just coming to terms with her death, and like the she kept her life in the past. She was just focusing on her best years, which was high school, and like how she's processing the death, the disappointment, and like the nuances of like the typical Filipino Chinese guilt of like the elders and all the pressures of like there's something you haven't done and you haven't finished. So it was I expect like maybe like a Morgan Freeman reveal, Sir Wang is God. I don't know. that's my
How about you, John?
category.
What do you think, John?
Predictions?
Do you think your grandfather's God?
I think at some point he will, and then we'd be like, "Oh shoot, we gotta take care of grandfather as a dead person in the new alive dead thing," and like, well, at least you don't have to worry about cancer anymore.
Yeah.
So, follow-up question: why do you think he can see you both?
I mean the kid.
Because he's so close to death. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a
Mhm.
feeling, and like the fact that, or like I think it's a close to death part. Like he has a terminal illness already. Like he's already declared he doesn't have much time, so it's like he's getting closer and closer, and maybe he has some unfinished business, like because of the things that he promised, he hasn't let go of. Like, oh, he hasn't entrusted the dog to someone else. He hasn't entrusted. So that's.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, like, there's also I think that's the only theory that it's close to death. A foot through the doors of death, as Nair has mentioned. So that's pretty cool.
That's possible, yeah.
And then I guess the last question would be, can we trust Haroon?
No, I'm sus of everything. I don't trust anything. like the player doesn't trust, but the character I'm playing is just like, okay, if you tell me this person's fine, then this person's fine. Like that's her headspace. Like, okay, this person's fine.
I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna go. Well, my character is gonna work with like the old host who's been halfway reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna work with that. I trust him more than my shadow for now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just
Your
more than
shadow keeps
dad.
offering.
Your dad.
Die. Seek die.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Here, have some more dice. Like so. So right now, he currently trusts Haroon more than my shadow, which is not that much to go with, but it's something.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what they'll work. That's what he's working with. Does he
Alright.
completely trust Haroon? Not so much, but he trusts him to a certain degree.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have 2 sessions left, and we will see where the story will lead us. And it always makes me wonder: will it end with death on the table, or will there be some means for the main protagonists to find a way back? I wonder.
I'm dead. I've accepted death
I
as a
think we're
player.
dead.
But if there is a cool chance that, there's a second chance of life, especially to, one of them, that'll be so cool. Like, that'll be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
Like, one of them has to make a sacrifice. So, yeah.
All right. So
Alright.
that's our session for today.
Yes.
So back to you, Denmother, for any closing.
Yeah, just a few more things before we go. I finally put the input thing. This game is actually part of Kabilang Dragon. Kabilang Dragon. Dungeon, sorry. Kabilang Dungeon, or the other dungeon, in which it is a Philippine-based community. A Philippine-based community of game masters who are running different tabletop RPGs other than just Dungeons and Dragons. So they're doing a 20 days. I don't know why it's 20. Does anybody know the lore why it's 20, not 30? I don't know why it's 20 days.
No, I don't know either.
But it's 20 days.
It's more than 20, actually.
Yeah, it's more than 20. But please do check out the Facebook group and the page so that you guys can see the games that they're highlighting that have a spooky feel to it. There's a lot of lovely GMs who are running other systems there, and we'd love to give highlight. And this is one of the games that are highlighted in the 20 Nights of Horror. I appreciate Kabilang Dragon for that. And again, if you guys want to see Kabilang Dungeon or the other dungeon, we go to the other dungeon. It's a fun meme for that. And then as well, I guess, is there a way to pitch for Toby? Like, because you've been running a lot, you've been opening up games as well. Are you open to at least the community if they're interested in trying some niche horror game?
Yeah. So in the Kabilang Dungeon, I have been offering a few games. There's the Shivering Circle, and there's oh my gosh, what is the other one I just offered?
There were two.
I'm not paying attention to my own offers. But I'm always happy to offer one shots or mini campaigns as long as schedules permit, and as long as it's a game that I find interesting, I'd be more than happy to
Yes.
run it. So feel free to let me know, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, so you can see all of those games in Kabilang Dungeon. GM Toby and a lot of other cool GMs like GMJ are also, they're just offering a lot for this month. So grab them while you can. We're trying to get new people to try a lot of new things in that group. So that's the last plug-in I'm going to do. And again, you can find this episode over at YouTube, and you can tune in to next Thursday for the next stream of Magnificent Si Wang, how the stories develop from there. And last plugin is like the Curseborn, which has these two people that will be players. We will reveal John's character in that second session over at the Onyx Path. The Curseborn has just been funded. Thank you to everybody who supported and checked out the first episode just as we did the Kickstarter kickoff. So it was really, really cool for that. So I hope you guys continue to support the next 5 episodes for it. Not only will this group of sorcerers be playing, there will be another group as well that will be playing the other accursed classes. So yeah, we'll be raiding out now, as you know, we're finishing up and concluding. We'll be raiding out the Yin. Yin is playing Elden Ring, but she's a lovely Filipina and she's just cool and awesome. So we're gonna raid out to her. These are the raid message. We'll just use this. So send cheese, send love, and all the fun stuff. And again, thank you for joining for the stories. Thank you for those who rated. Thank you for those who tuned into the stories. Continue to enjoy the spooks, enjoy the horrors for this October, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
And then we end stream in 3, 2,